Yo, what's good? Welcome to my Raw review, the April 10th, 2017 edition, and this was the Superstar Shakeup. The Superstar Shakeup was a draft without the picks, without the fun of the draft, I felt. Because when the draft was going on, you had the GM of Raw come, pick a number from a box or from wherever, or just have who's gonna be up next and have the and then the superstar. Oh my God, this guy's coming from SmackDown. OMG! You got none of that today. Uh, I'll go over the show and I'll be going over the draft picks from SmackDown to Raw. And tomorrow's gonna be the second night of Superstar Shakeup. So I think I will be reviewing that. I don't normally even watch SmackDowns, but I will watch it for this very purpose. Now, the start of Raw was good, just like last week. Not as good as last week, but you had John Cena's music hit. Bada boo. What? Then the crowd, John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. So good. And it was The Miz and Maurice. So they came out and Miz was doing his parody of Cena, and that's when Dean Ambrose music hits. And I forgot that he was on SmackDown because I was just enjoying Raw without him. And apparently he's the Intercontinental Champion. And he's acting like that was John Cena, and John Cena Miz is like, dude, I'm the Miz and this is Maurice. She took off her black wig and her hat. She's like, I'm Maurice. And he's like, I'm the Miz. And Dean Ambrose like, oh, in that case, and he hit him with the dirty deed. I don't like Dean Ambrose. I don't like his shtick. I'm crazy. That's his whole thing. I'm crazy. Okay, we get it. He hasn't gone better on the mic. He hasn't gone better in the ring for years. For years. And people want to criticize Roman Reigns? Dean Ambrose deserves way more criticism than Roman Reigns, man. This guy, I cannot stand Dean Ambrose. Loved him in the Shield. I think he's gotten worse since the Shield. He main evented. So the next segment was backstage. Sami Zayn and Kurt Angle. Sami Zayn trying to kiss ass so much. It's kind of annoying, man. It's like that teacher's pet. Dude, give it a rest, man. It's not endearing to me. It's not endearing at all. Sami Zayn is not endearing in the slightest. Now the Miz came out and he's like, hey, he's complaining about what happened, and so he's like, hey, you and Sami have a match. And the next match was the New Day versus the Revival. The Revival won once again. It was nothing special. I think they're just building up the Revival for something better. They might be building the feud New Day versus the Revival because they injured Kofi Kingston last week. But the Revival won once again, so I don't see it being much of a rivalry so far. Oh, and then the Cruiserweights had a match. It was Neville backstage with Austin Aries with TJ Perkins, and he's like, hey, the only way you could get a title shot is if you get close to me. And Austin Aries like, dude, you're buying that? Seriously? You're seriously buying that? Come on, man. And so they had a match, TJ Perkins versus Austin Aries. And TJ Perkins won because Neville distracted him. And then after the match, TJ Perkins attacks him. So now we have a TJ Perkins heel turn and possible alliance with Neville and TJ Perkins. So, besides Miz, Maurice, and Dean Ambrose, the fourth draft pick was Kurt Hawkins. He came out and he's like, yeah, now you have me, Raw, I'm back. And Big Show comes up, just punches him in the face, knocks him out, and leaves. I say Big Show should just do that for most of the Raw segment, man. Most of the roster sucks, really sucks. I wish he would do the same thing, and a lot of you are gonna hate me for this, but to Finn Balor, man. That's it. I could only dream. Now, Roland came out. He's like, I don't know where you're gonna take me, but I don't want to go anywhere. And Kurt Angle came out. It's so refreshing. It's so nice to see him again on in WWE television. I'm not gonna say he's one of the main reasons that I'm watching because I watched before him, but he's one of the things that I love seeing, and it makes it very, very, very entertaining to watch. So he's like, "Hey, I want you on my roster, and you ain't going anywhere." And Joe comes out and attacks Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins gets a better hand. Joe goes out running. That's fine with me. Let's build this feud. I want to see that match. Let's see. Kevin Owens backstage. What happened with Kevin Owens backstage? Didn't matter. Charlotte versus Nia Jax. Nia Jax wins. I thought that was the right person. I would hope that Nia Jax could beat Charlotte because she's the monster and she's getting built like that monster that she is. And later we see more of that. Now, the next match was Balor versus Jinder Mahal. So they're just feeding Balor now, two jobbers. And the thing that pisses me off that I didn't mention last week is last week he teamed with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins injured him. He cost him the Universal title and had him on the bench for months. He missed WrestleMania because of Seth Rollins. Now he's teaming up with him. He's not going to come back and attack Seth Rollins? Where's the continuity with that? If that's the right word for that. If Rollins is going to remember that Joe injured him, why wouldn't Balor remember that Rollins injured him? Did he forget? He forgot. WWE sure forgot. The Bookers sure forgot. Now, Balor defeats Mahal, and then you hear Bray Wyatt's music. He says a bunch of gibberish like he usually does, and then he says, "We're here." So now it's probably gonna be, what's his name? Wyatt jobbing to Finn Balor. Next match was Miz during Sami Zayn, and you're really gonna have one of the hottest acts in WWE lose to Sami Zayn. Oh my god. Oh my god. Really? Really gonna do this, WWE? You already had Miz go to SmackDown. Raw. And now you're gonna have him lose to Sami Zayn. Alright. Suit yourself. Now, this was a segment that I think had so much potential. And the whole internet's gonna get all wet over this, but it could have been so much more. It could have been so good. It could have been a historic promo. It could have been Triple H telling JR, I am the fucking game, JR. I am the fucking game. But no, it was Roman Reigns getting interviewed by Michael Cole. And he's like, yeah, it's my yard. I like The Undertaker and I respect him. That's what I first was like, He's like, I love The Undertaker and I respect him. But it's my yard now and I'm the big dog or whatever. And you have pussy ass Braun Strowman attack him. The guy that's scared of The Undertaker. He's scared of Brock Lesnar. He's scared of those guys face to face. But he attacks Roman Reigns behind his back anytime he gets. Now, this was a beating for the ages though. I have to say. He beat him up so bad. He was being carried on a stretcher. And then he threw the stretcher off a ledge. And then, while Roman Reigns was being carried on the ambulance, Braun Strowman flips the ambulance. Now, this was so freaking silly. I just can't handle it, man. Like how silly how silly that segment was. And now everybody's getting all wet. Thank you, Strowman. And they made it a Wikipedia page about how Braun Strowman's the hero and all this. Like, screw you. Screw you. Roman should have made a promo of a lifetime declaring that he's the big dog now and that it's his yard and that Undertaker could suck it because now I'm the main guy. I'm the phenom. I'm whatever Undertaker was. I'm better than the Undertaker. I retired him and I'd do it again. That's what he should have done. Declared himself as the top heel officially of the company. But no, we can't. We can't have anything, right? You Marks could get that. I'm a Mark too, but you Roman hating Marks could get that because I won't. 8-man tag. Hardy, Cesaro, and Sheamus beat what a Shiny Stars and the Club. So that match was decent enough. Probably the best match of the night, if I had to say, if I had to pick something. It was what it was. It was a good match. It was high flying because of the Hardys, and they're a good matchup. And I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to see their match. Next match. Oh, there was a segment with Emma and Dana Brooke backstage, and Dana Brooks reading this book, How to Be Yourself, and Emma's like, "Hey, since you split up from Charlotte and you were with me before back in NXT, you have to be with me again." And Brooks like, "No, I'm not gonna be with anyone. You don't even know who you were." And it's like, okay, you're gonna develop this mid-card diva feud, like whatever. So Bailey came out to the ring, and Sasha came out, and it looked like she was gonna turn on her. She was like, "Whoa, you can't ride on your WrestleMania victory forever." And then Alexa Bliss comes out. So Alexa Bliss is coming from SmackDown. My first reaction was like, no! Even though I don't watch SmackDown, she carried the women's roster. She carried the roster in SmackDown. She was the top. She was a top diva. I can't see. It's weird. She was a top woman wrestler in SmackDown. It's weird. She was a top diva, and then Mickie James comes out. Though it's always good to see Mickie James. It's always good to see her. But Alexa Bliss and Mickie James now on Raw, they fit so well on SmackDown. That was like their show, and now it's a shame that they're on Raw now. But the next thing that happened, Nia Jax attacks Mickie James. She attacks Bailey and Sasha Banks and just squashes Bailey. And then she walks down the ramp and Alexa Bliss is there. And they just look at each other like, but Nia Jax doesn't attack. Nia Jax doesn't attack Alexa Bliss. So maybe an alliance there. I saw someone on Twitter saying, I hope Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss is the HBK Kevin Nash Diesel. So that'd be cool. Alexa Bliss winning title matches by hook or by crook, while Nia Jax is helping her win. She can't win on her own so far, so maybe she could live vicariously through Alexa Bliss until she beats Alexa Bliss. But that's long-term planning. WWE doesn't do that. Now, the lackluster main event that it was, Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens wins. It was a good match while it lasted. This Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens does not look like a main event. Didn't feel like a main event, and it genuinely wasn't a main event. Ambrose won, apparently. My stream cut out right before the match ended, and Y2J comes out and attacks Kevin Owens once again, and he just does his pose. Drink it in, man. So I got to say, very lackluster show. Not any no good matches really happened tonight, and it looks like SmackDown lost a lot of superstars: Kurt Hawkins, Ambrose, Miz Maurice, Bray Wyatt, Alexa Bliss, and Mickie James. The ones that didn't get an official draft pick, and the announcers just mentioned, were Apollo Crews, Kalisto, and Heath Slater and Rhino. So That's like 10 superstars. So, it was a very lackluster show. I wonder if they're saving all the good matches, all the good draft picks for SmackDown. I hope SmackDown is a lot better than this. Thanks everybody for watching. What did you think about this show? Have a great day.